George Michael, fabulous. And who else is fabulous? Midge Ure. How are you, sir?
I'm incredibly well, thank you.
I've got to, before you do this song, because we haven't got very long and we're going to be talking more in the second hour, the lovely thing, in comes Sally, and you were rehearsing earlier, and she goes, what's Ken Bruce doing in here?
Listen, it's because of my voice, not because of my hair.
Has that happened before, though, you and Ken?
I've got a great photograph of Ken and I standing together, and I tweeted it, and somebody, some wag came back with separated at birth.
You do, though. You do a bit. You're far better looking, obviously.
Thank you. I should hope so.
Yeah. You're going to play a song. The new album that you've got out, Orchestrated, is phenomenal.
Thank you
it's
very
really,
much.
really beautiful. And listen to the rest. I can't wait for the nation to hear this. What's the first song you're going to do for us?
This is the current single. This is Breathe.
It's beautiful as well, Mono. Take it away and we'll talk more later on. Thanks, Midge.
With every waking breath I breathe, I see what life has dealt to me. With every sadness I deny, I feel a chance inside me die. Give me a taste of something new, to touch, to hold, to pull me through. Send me a guiding light that shines across this darkened life of mine. Breathe some soul in me. Breathe your gift of love to me. Breathe your life to live for me. Breathe to make me breathe. For every man who built a home, a paper promise for his own, he fights against an open flow of lies and failures. We all know, to those who have and who have not, how can you live with what you've got? Give me a touch of something sure, I could be happy evermore. Breathe some soul in me. Breathe your gift of love to me. Breathe your life to live for me. To see, to make me breathe. Breathe your honesty. Breathe your innocence to me. Breathe your life to live for me. Breathe to make me breathe. This life prepares the strangest things, the dreams we dream of, what life brings. The highest highs can turn around, and so love seeds on stony ground. Breathe, breathe some soul in me. Breathe your gift of love to me. Breathe your life to live for me. To see, to make me breathe. Breathe your honesty. Breathe your innocence to me. Breathe your life to live for me. Breathe to make me
That is Midge-Ure. We'll be talking later. And now, for you, back in the studio, Mr. Midge-Ure. Well, look what came in while you were gone.
Oh,
on
a
my,
bill?
Oh my, a writ. Oh my life, Michael, that was amazing from Midge-Ure. Perfect. Love that song, says Joan in Hartlepool. Michael, Midge is absolutely fantastic. What a voice. I saw him live acoustic and a voice to melt the snow, says Melinda in Biggleswade. And finally, I love this. Michael, I've been listening to this album all week non-stop. It's totally awesome. Please tell Midge he must tour this version of his music, says Jane in Manchester. And the album is called Orchestrated.
Yeah.
And it is stunning, mate. It's
Thank you.
absolutely stunning. And what you've done is taken songs that we know from your catalogue and done them posh is a way of describing it.
Polished them up, yes.
Orchestrated them.
Yeah, and we spent 2 years. This is the lovely Ty Unwin sitting here on piano with
How
me.
are you, sir?
And Ty is a composer and orchestrator, so he composes music for films. And my big problem was I had the idea of doing this. I didn't know. It's a world I don't inhabit.
Really?
You know, I'm a guitar player and a singer, and I'd shout and tune, hopefully for a living. So I needed someone who could actually, translate what I do and make it kind of work in this kind of orchestrated fashion.
Right.
So when I met Ty and he told me what he did.
How did you meet?
Well, we met. This is going to sound like I'm name dropping. We met at Howard Jones's Christmas
Of course
party.
you did.
And Ty came over and said he was an admirer and liked what I did, and he told me what he did. And about 3 months later, I called him up and I sent him an email and said, "Look, if you took one of my songs and orchestrated it, would a proper musician be able to read what you wrote?" And he said, "You mean what I've been training to do for years and years and years?" "Yes, I can." But so I needed somebody who understood the kind of pop rock side of things, but also understood the orchestral side of things. And Ty was just did an outstanding job in this. We spent 18 months choosing the songs.
Well, I was going to ask, were there songs that immediately you kind of went, yes, I know, I can hear this one, I know this one needs to be given this kind of treatment?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's funny because some of the ones that you would think, I mean, we thought, oh, Reap the Wild One, that's going to be obvious. It's a classic, it screams to be orchestrated. And it was the one that we'd most trouble with.
Really?
Vienna was always going to sound a bit like Vienna. There are key songs on there that we wanted to kind of take and look at the heart of the song. It's all about the song. Get the song and give it a slightly different treatment. Give it something else. Bring something new to it rather than just doing re-recordings and throwing some strings on. So getting the arrangements right was absolutely imperative.
And did you know when you heard them, you said, yeah, this is what I heard in my head originally?
Once Ty did the first song, I said, choose something and do it. And we did The Voice. And Ty had spent, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, arranging it, scrapping it, arranging it, scrapping it, scrapping it, scrapping it, because he was so petrified of screwing it up, messing up the original. And when I heard it, it was just outstanding. Long before we put an orchestra on it, it was just
It must
beautiful.
be lovely for you as well as the songwriter as well as the performer to suddenly hear your babies being taken, almost out of your hands onto another level.
I sat in the studio when we did the orchestra. I sat there with a really dumb, glazed look on my face.
Probably quite emotional.
It was incredibly emotional to hear these melodies, these tunes, these things that you'd written, you'd helped create, either at solo or with Ultravox or whatever. And you hear these things come to life in a completely different form. It felt like it was proper. It felt like I'd done something right.
You're a grown-up musician now.
This is proper stuff.
So what about performing them live? Are you going to be able to do that?
We talk about it, and then my Scottishness kicks in and thinks just how expensive it would be. How eye-wateringly expensive must it be taking out an orchestra?
Can I tell you from experience, it really is.
It really is. Yes, yeah.
But there is a feeling when you do that and you're doing the performance live with the orchestra around you. It's worth doing one gig.
I think it would be lovely to do it, and I think it would be an event rather than just another Midge-Ure gig.
Yeah.
This would be something special that would appeal to people who normally might not come and see you. So it's a different thing altogether.
Well, I'm putting it out there. The BBC Concert Orchestra are pretty good. They can read a good chart. I'm just putting it out there.
And they're free. Sorry.
Not to us, sadly. But you are going to be on the road, though, aren't you? You're going to be doing some gigs this year.
I'm a working musician, and that's what I've always been. Sometimes you're in the public eye and sometimes you're not, and that's what I've done for the last 40 years, and that's what I love doing, and I'll continue doing it no matter what.
You could never envisage yourself doing anything else.
No. People ask me, what I'm going to do when I retire, and I try and explain that most people retire from a job they don't like to do something they do like. Yeah. I'd have to retire and go and work in a factory or something. It doesn't make sense to me. I do what I love,
No. So what do you? How do you spend your time? Do you still write every day? Do you get an urge? You suddenly go, no, I'm in the zone for writing. I need to do that now.
I'm a kind of lazy writer. I write when the passion takes me. I don't necessarily do it when I'm touring. I tour an awful lot. I mean, the world is a big place. So I'm constantly out there doing stuff.
And sorry to interrupt. When you do tour, what's the show? What's the music you sort of draw from mostly?
Well, the history. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff that I can pull from. So recently, I've gone out with young Joe here, who's playing violin for us today, and his band, the Indie Electric Company. So I've been out with those guys doing 3-piece acoustic versions of some of the songs.
I have to say, this setup, still having the string sound. Did you do this as well, Ty? You do these? I mean, they sound beautiful. It works like this.
Well, these people are also semi-pro. And the lovely Caroline here on cello has played with everyone. I mean, if we want to name drop, she could do some serious name dropping. But yeah, they're just wonderful. When you hear, we wanted to try and get a flavour of what the album is. This isn't a representation of the album, but it gives you a taste of how we've taken some of the songs and reinterpreted them. And it sounds beautiful. I'm absolutely stunned that it sounds the way it does.
So can you take this sort of setup on the road with you? This is cheap.
Yeah, because they've all promised me they'll do it for free. They'll do it for just for the pure love of playing
for the love
songs.
of music.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Oh, Midge.
It's really good.
Midge. I'm still reeling from the fact that, and you must have this fact thrown at you all the time, that Vienna was kept off number one. Is it by Joe Dolce?
It was indeed.
And Shut Up in Your Face.
It was. Yeah. The wonderful record-buying British public. What can you say?
I bought Joe Dolce, Shut Up in Your Face.
That's it, I'm off.
Is that the worst? Gone. I bought Vienna as well.
But that's a negative. I'm sorry. that negates buying the good one.
I love Joe Dolce. He had those leather trousers. I'll never forget it. And you spent a fortune on that video.
No, we didn't.
Didn't you?
No.
Well, it looked like it.
We got a bank loan. We went to the bank to borrow the money to make the video, and we made it without the record company knowing that we had done it, because we were so absolutely convinced that song of all songs needed the visuals to show it and get it played, and it was that made the thing really successful, because it didn't fit radio format. It was too long, it was too slow, it was a ballad, it speeds up in the middle, it's got a violin solo. It's just everything was wrong about it for radio. So we thought it was so important that we direct this piece of film with it, and it kind of changed everything.
Oh, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There are some great songs on this as well. As I say, it's called Orchestrated Mid-Year. You're going to do one of my favourites, though. You're going to do Dancing with Tears in My Eyes. Yeah, it's a great song.
Thank you.
But also on the song, you've got Man of Two Worlds, If I Was, Vienna is on there. I haven't sat down and listened to that one properly, and I shall. Reap the Wild Wind, as you say, Fragile, Death in the Afternoon, Ordinary Man, and The Voice. Midge, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Thank
it really
you.
is.
And
I'm
you.
such a fan. And Ty, clever man. We'll be talking. And please, if you... Guys, thank you so much. So, this is Dancing with Tears in My Eyes from Orchestrated Mid-Year.
is 5, and I'm driving home again. It's hard to believe that it's my last time. The man on the wireless cried again. It's over, it's over. Dancing with tears in my eyes, weeping for the memory of the life gone by. Dancing with tears in my eyes, living out the memory for a love that died. It's late and I'm with my love alone. We drink to forget the coming storm. We love to the sound of our favorite song. Over and over, dancing with tears in my eyes, weeping for the memory of a life gone by. Dancing with tears in my eyes, living out the memory for a love that died. It's time, and we're in each other's arms. It's time, but I don't think we really care.
That was beautiful. Just stunning. Thank you so much. An amazing arrangement. Your vocals are right on point, Midge. The album, as we said, is called Orchestrated, and I heartily recommend it. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you.